Hey, this is Ty Crandall with CreditSuite, and in this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about fundability. We're going to talk about setting up your business in a way where it's fundable to lenders and credit issuers, and we're going to talk about a couple different components of your business credibility that become really important to getting approved for loans and credit lines. So remember, a lot of this is to help you with building business credit, getting financing. So we're talking about, when I mentioned business credit that's in your business name, that's linked to your business EIN, that's not linked to your personal social, right? This is a separate credit profile from your personal credit profile and score, okay? Credit that's in a business name, it's based on the business's ability to pay, not yours. And since the business is qualifying for the credit, well then there's no personal credit check from you and there's no personal liability, right? So when I talk about business credit, I'm talking about getting credit without a personal guarantee and without personal liability and without a personal credit check. So you got to keep in mind when you're trying to get money for a business, whether it be business credit cards, loans, or credit lines, lenders need to feel a company is fundable. They need to feel you're credible before they're going to open up their wallet. So online and offline business listings aren't just for show. They help bolster your business fundability because they need to feel that your company is the real deal. So if they can't find your business, well, then it understandably makes them nervous. So you need to make sure that you have this professional fundability set up by setting up your website, setting up online listings, those type of things, okay? Because again, you've got to be fundable to have the best chance of getting approved for money. So let's talk a little bit about your online listings. You know, owning yourcompany.com isn't just a nice idea. It's extremely helpful, right? The reality is there's a lot of things you can do with your small, but as the business grows, they become really problematic. So stay away from .net and .org. You know, you want to try to find your company name .com. And from the beginning, that may mean that you're actually waiting and spending some time to find the right name that the domain's available. Personally, that's how I do it. When I set up a new business, I get a massive list of names I like, and then I start doing a search. Are any of them the domains available? It's exactly what you should really consider doing, okay? Because again, you know, there's a lot of things where it's hard to find you if you're trying to use another name that's already been taken, okay? So with that, you know, you also need to make sure that you're coming up with something that makes a lot of sense when it comes to your domain name. Example, okay? So it makes it just easier for you to get the financing you need. Now, your business email address must be professional as well, okay? So admin@yoursite.com. So for example, my email address is info@creditsuite.com, and that's our main email address. info@ourdomain.com. That's exactly what you're looking for, okay? You don't want to use a Gmail address on business applications. These are just, it seems such like a minor thing, but it's not. It's a major thing. We see people all the time make these little mistakes. They get denied loans. They come into us. We help them fix these little mistakes. They turn right back around and get approved for that same loan. So if you want to get money for your business, you have to understand what lenders and credit issuers are even looking for to begin with. Then when you meet that criteria, you have the best chance of turning around and getting approved. So the little things like having a professional email versus a Gmail address, it becomes very, very, very important. Now, something more generalized than just your name is easier to scale, but you can always give the admin address to an assistant to manage. You might not be able to do that with janesmith@yoursite.com, right? So having something general, marketing info is the best way to go. I like info@creditsuite.com. You wouldn't want to make your main email address your name that you're putting out online, because as you grow, that just wouldn't be really scalable. Okay, don't get cute with names. Keep them basic, generalized, keep them professional, right? Okay, you don't want to mess around with the credibility. Now, the other thing you need to keep in mind is your phone number. So you need to have a business phone number. The one thing you never want to do, never, is use a home phone or a mobile phone as your business phone on a business application. Look, if you're on the fly, well, then get a business phone number through a place like Ring Central for less than $15, $30 a month, depending on the source you use, and forward the phone number to your cell phone. But never use a cell phone or a home phone on a business application, okay? You just cannot do those things because they're expecting you to be separate. If you're a legitimate business, you have a legitimate business phone number. It becomes very important, okay? You also should have a fax number. Even if you think you'll never use it. The reason for this is you never want to leave a field on an application blank. It just makes you look uncredible. So if it asks you for a fax number and you don't put one, well, then it doesn't make you look as credible as a business that has a fax number, because bigger businesses have fax numbers. So every line item on that application, you want to scrutinize and make sure that the answer you're putting on there makes you look credible. So you need to have a fax number. Some vendors will still want to even fax applications to you or have you fax something back to them. You want to make sure that phone number is listed with 411. Not as much your fax, but you got to get that phone number listed with 411. That is an absolute essential requirement. A lot of vendors for business credit building and lenders look at a basic 411 search as a credibility thing. Are you listed with 411 or not? If you are, well, then you're probably well established because 411 knows about you. If 411 doesn't know about you, you don't look as established, which is why this becomes so important. You also should get the business number as toll free. Okay. If you're in a local world where you're delivering pizzas, it doesn't matter. But if you're dealing with people outside of your area, you should have a toll free number. Nowadays, most businesses have toll free numbers, something like an 855, 888, 800 type of exchange. So remember, you can't just put out a shingle. You need to set up your business. This means a separate professional address for the business, a phone number, fax number, phone number listed with 411, being toll free as we talked about. You want to get that professional website, email address set up, any necessary licenses that you need. Of course, you're going to set up your entity, your EIN, get your DUNS number set up. All these things become very important with establishing the fundability of your business. And that is step number one. Look, here at CreditSuite, this is what we do is help you get money. And we help you do it three ways: by becoming more fundable, by building business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social security number, and by getting access to loans and credit lines. But the number one most important step is what we talk about today, is setting up your business the right way where it's fundable so it gives you the best chance of getting approved for loans, credit lines, and business credit cards. The worst thing is to get denied for a really basic mistake that you could have easily avoided. So for more tips, tactics, training on building business credit, getting financing for your business, becoming more fundable, visit us online, creditsuite.com. Top right of our page, you can access all of our social media pages where we have a ton of training. You can also feel free to give us a ring, 877-600-2487, 877-600-2487, or send us an email at info@creditsuite.com.